Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel, Julie McNeil Crafts. So today I've got a little bit of a haul for you. I'm dead excited about this. I was so excited to actually see these. I got these from B&M, so I was in doing my essential shopping, getting my cleaning materials, and also my daughter had been sent some money from her grandma which was burning a hole in her pocket, so we nipped down to B&M to stock up, as I said, on cleaning supplies. And they actually had these in the last couple of times because I have seen these on Facebook. But when I've been in, they've not had it in our store. So I am here to haul them. They are £2.99 each, and 20 sheets of papers. Now, I'm kind of wishing on some of them I'd bought 2 pads because there's only one of each, but they're just really different. I've never seen anything quite like this. So these are exotic marine. So we've got those gorgeous shells. So I've got my seaside stamps and things, so I'm thinking they're going to go nice. And we've got different whales there. Look at that. That's just stunning. You could actually just stick a frame on that and stick that on your wall, couldn't you? I love that. That is so quirky. So yeah, I like that. And then this is what I think they've got, sheets that are 12 by 12 that we've just seen, and now they've sort of cut these, so we've got sort of like 12 by 6 strips, and then again we're going to cut them, so we've got the A6 and then a long thin strip. And I think this is what I really like about this. They've really thought about how gorgeous is that. I actually just want to sit and fussy cut those fish out and just have a ball. I think we could have lots of fun with that. And we've got these ones, and I love the fact we've kind of got cartoony fish and then like actual photographs of the sea. I just think it's a really clever mix of papers. So we've got those ones as well, and then the little sort of mermaid scale, and that. So this is just gorgeous. I was incredibly excited to get these. Yeah, and as I said, I may go and get a second of some of them because you don't get a double of the papers, but we'll see how we go through them because I also don't want to like hoard loads of stuff. I love that. And I like, oh look, I've just noticed the pink whales. That is too cute. Look at that, that's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. A lot of these would be maybe quite nice in journals as well, saves you sort of having to cut up those pictures. So that's the first one, Make Waves. Okay, Tropical Paradise. This is so up my street. If you kind of watch my channel regularly, you know that I'm sort of, look at that, life is a party. And I love that, we live in colour. Eat, beach, sleep, repeat. Fabulous. Yeah, I can sort of see that as a centre of a journal page or something like that. Summer, beach mode activated, aloha, and then that's just fabulous. It could be incredibly abstract, that, couldn't it? We have some monkeys and some zebras. That reminds me a little bit of the what do you call it, Graphic 45 one. Look at that, chameleon. Love it, absolutely love it. So I think you get a lot of like tropical flamingos, but I've not seen a chameleon in them before, so that's fun. I love this. I love this paper. That's fabulous. Hello Summer. And then we've got some more there, like so. And some cacti, and oh, look, a rose flamingo. That is up my street. I mean, like I think one of my flamingos has got like a big quirky flower on the back, so that's up my street. And this is just stunning. Absolutely love that. Okay, so we've got those. Every summer has a story. Not all who wander are lost. Feeling tropical, tropical vibes. Forever summer and take to the ocean. And then, yeah, look at that. A pink cheetah. Pink cheetah, why not? And we've got the toucan there. And some butterflies. Love the colours of that. Pineapple! And then we've got the toucans and different things like that. So, Tropical Paradise. This one I just think is so much fun. It's hilarious. Fruits. Who'd have thought? Make a pile of papers based on fruit. Why not? So we've got the watermelon and then sort of like a sketchy version. I like that. Bananas. I do like a banana. And then we've got these peaches here. Apples and pears. And I love that as a watermelon page. This is just genius, absolute genius. Strawberries. I've got an image called Wimbledona, and I'm a bit gutted because obviously there's no Wimbledon this year, but yeah, she would maybe go great with some of these strawberry papers. I've got some more pineapples there. Tutti frutti! Absolutely, look at that. I love that. Love. That is stunning. Really fun. A summer fan. more watermelons, more strawberries, bananas, and I love those sort of sketchy ones, they're fun. And then just sweet pineapples. So again, I've seen pineapples loads, but I've not seen avocados and strawberries and, you know, papaya and things like that. You know, there's been the obvious ones, but I've not seen anything. I love that. Do you know, see that? I'm just thinking Penelope Colada. That is it, isn't it? Bananas, pineapple, coconut, bit of rum in there. You got yourself a cocktail. More bananas, watermelons, sketch strawberries this time. Just really fun. Absolutely love that one. And then finally, colourful birds. So we've got those, like the bluebird. Look at that. That is just amazing. So these are only $2.99 each, and I just think they're really different. Some of them I actually think I might struggle to find a use for them. Not that I don't love them, but like they're maybe not automatically how I would use them. Look at that, that's gorgeous. Like that. That's absolutely stunning, but what I would do with it, I'm not sure. So I think it's going to challenge my creativity a little bit. Look at that, beautiful. But I'm also I'm so drawn to this page. I'm also really looking forward to sort of meeting that challenge because it's fun. I love those too. And we've got the flamingos. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Got all of these things there. More birdies, mandala there. That's a bit of a psychedelic one, but fun. I've got the hummingbird there. I saw a hummingbird once when I went on holiday in Canada in 2010. Beautiful birds. Okay, and then we've got some more parrots. Bits and bobs there. Okay, let me see what else have we got. So the tropical feathers. Look at it. It's brilliant. Bring time out so you can see that properly. Okay, so that is the papers. As usual, because I just can't help myself, I need to make something. So I'm just going to grab a couple of papers and let's just put something together quickly. Okay, so I've taken 2 pages out of the birds one. This one, which was together and I've chopped in half, and this one, which was together and I've chopped in half. I'm not exactly sure what I am going to make just at this moment in time, but I'm thinking that this bird could be fussy cut out and would go beautifully with this paper here. So those are the 2 things that I have my eye on right this moment in time, but it may change. So let's just put that to the side there. Okay, I'm just roughly cutting round at the minute because I find it easier when I'm fussy cutting not to have a lot of excess behind my hand. It just makes it a bit easier. So I'm just going to cut that off. And actually I think I'm not even going to bother with all those extra little prongy bits. I want to go for quite a simple shape, quite graphic, because it is quite a graphic bird there. So I'm thinking that I'm going to just not worry about it overly, and I'm going to go around like so. So when I'm fussy cutting, I always tend to use the back of my scissors and cut down into the scissors. I find that a little bit easier. Now I'm also going to change angle, because now if I sort of change my hand direction on some of these things that have got points, that's where it looks a bit funny, whereas if I snip in like that and then go from a different angle and snip in, I get a nice neat sort of pinch effect, whereas sometimes if you sort of try and twist it, that's a little bit difficult. And I always move the paper and not the scissors. So those are sort of my tips for fussy cutting. I'm just going to be a bit lazy again, and I just go on to the bigger bits. And as I said, I'm not worrying too much about all of these prongy bits, because I don't think I need to. Plus, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to make, and I can't see me making anything that's going to be big enough that's actually going to contain this entire bird anyway. So if I lose bits of it, that's okay. And then I will be putting all these bits and pieces to the side, and then of course we will do, once I've finished my crafting for tonight. I've got quite a few things that I'm planning on getting done tonight that, you know, either tonight or first thing when I come back into my craft space again, we will craft with all those scraps. We will do our end of the day stash busting with it. And because that is my new mission. I'm trying to use up my scraps, but I'm also trying not to add to them in the process. So I'm just going to keep fussy cutting around him like so, and I'm just thinking, like, how good does she look just there? Absolutely fabulous. Okay, I've actually pulled out my Dina Weekly journal because, I don't know, a journal page is kind of speaking to me, and I've got this page. This is one that I did before, so this is sort of seeped through a little bit. Well, I'm seeing it on there as well, and that looks quite nice. Yeah, or I could have her going over, I suppose. Yeah, I'm thinking here, so I'm not sure exactly what I want to do. I'm actually thinking that I like how this stands out against the paler colour actually. So I'm just going to take a pencil. That particular pencil that I'm trying to grab has no nib, typical. And I'm just going to chop that down to size, and then I'll give it a bit of a torn edge. I've just zoomed out slightly as well so you can see the full page. So I am just going to tear some of this paper and put that there, I think. See, now I don't know. Now I just, right, yeah. I really like that as it is. So I am going to keep it simple. Let's just keep it simple, why not? Okay, I am going to chop this about here. And so it fits on the page, and we can maybe use those bits elsewhere. But yeah, I'm going to have to make that a bit straighter now, never mind. Make it straight so it actually sits across the bottom of the page. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. And then we might just do that. Yeah. Right, I think she needs something to be sitting on, so maybe can we take in some of the paper that, I don't know whether to do the purple or this blue. We can try both, but there was this blue that we actually cut her out from, but I just feel that she should be sitting on something. She looks a bit random. Maybe if we just give her something like that to sit on. And what about some of this pink as well? So it's just gorgeous. This is so not what I thought I was going to do with it. I knew this paper pad was stunning and I loved it, but I also knew I was going to be challenged by it because I said the images are slightly bigger than I would normally be using them for, and yeah, I thought it was going to be a little bit of a challenge, to be honest. Right, yes, I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm just going to stick that down, and then we will see how we get on from there. So I've got my slap it on because I've still not taken my glue back up. I've had a good tidy today as well, so I can see my craft desk okay, although I can't see my rag. Where's my rag? Okay, so I'm actually going to start off, rather than rather than gluing that down, I'm actually going to get some clear gesso on this. Just in that, where's my brush go? Just in that I have done some painting on the other side of this, and although this is my Dina Weekly journal, and I do enjoy using it, I like the different substrates, but I have to say I'm not overly keen on the watercolour paper in it. The watercolour doesn't seem to move that well. And also, as you can see, it's seeped through the page somewhat, so I am just going to cover that in some clear gesso. That clear gesso is running out, so I'm just going to get a bit of this stuff. And what that'll do is it'll just create a bit of a barrier, so that when I don't want to do too much on this actually, but when I get to the stage that I want now to put a bit of shadowing on, which I think is probably all I'm going to be doing, to be honest, a bit of shadowing and a bit of doodling, that it's not going to be affected too much by that. Honestly, it took me ages to find out. I'm so sorry about my squeaky chair. I'll have to get my husband to look at that. Probably needs oiled or something. Right. I need these bits first, don't I? Okay. So let's work out where they're roughly sitting. It's about there. Okay. So yeah, so I just need to needed to do that first, and then I'll stick these bits down, and then I will just do a little bit of shadowing and a bit of doodling, and I think I'm going to actually keep it really simple, because that peacock is such a statement piece on its own. I don't think it really needs much else. So just get this down and put glue at the top and the bottom just to help it stick. It will dry clear, so although it looks a bit messy at the moment, it will not be an issue. So let's get this down. This is so not what I thought I was going to be doing. I just thought I'd put together a quick card, but yeah, we will see. I should maybe send some of these papers down to Dawn and challenge her to make 2 cards out of one of these. That could be entertaining. Yeah, I do love her series. I just like moaning about the green issue, because, you know, I'm nice like that. Okay, let's get these down, and I'm just going to go over the top of that as well, just to make sure that really sticks. Although I may have an issue when it comes to colouring it, so I'll have to wipe that down a little bit. Just those bits are a bit more tricky because they're a bit more delicate, but the rest of it seems to be sticking down and not too bad. And so I'll just leave that to dry. Yeah. And yeah, I think we're going to be good to go. Let's just get a little bit on the back here, because I quite like that sort of peeking down from the top. Sort of ties it all together. I don't think I'll be putting shadowing on these elements. That's just sort of like a cheeky wee, just pulling it together, bringing those colours to the edge of the page. And again, we've got our Z formation if we're looking at design. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry now. Okay, so let's start with a bit of shadowing. To be honest, I don't think this is going to move particularly easily, because we're going over the clear gesso and a little bit of gel medium, but I do think just a little bit of shadowing makes all the difference. So anything that in life, if it's sitting in front of something else, it will have a shadow. It's basic light theory. We don't need to complicate ourselves going into, you know, the various type of lighting and light direction and light sources and all of that sort of stuff. But if we understand some basics, it can really help to lift our work to a different level. I'm just wanting to double check that this doesn't go through too much. As I said, I have tried to protect it a little bit by putting the clear gesso on, but doing that means it's not going to move. But to be honest, I didn't find this paper particularly good for watercolours anyway, in all honesty. But I do just still want to try and lift this off the page a little, just by doing a little bit of shadowing. So as I said, it will help it to pop off the page, because dark colours recede to the background, pushing the lighter colours forward, and it will naturally give a dimensional look, even though we keep our page quite flat. So I'm just going to build this up. As I said, it's not going to look perfect just because of the surfaces that it's going onto, but hopefully it will still do something. It is a bit of a sort of lengthy process, and I appreciate this is a haul video. Not everybody likes, you know, sometimes they just like to see the goodies. So if you have stayed on to watch this bit, thank you very much. But I will just pop you on fast forward now, whilst I sort of finish this part. is how this one is looking now. I'm just really not impressed with this paper in this book. I did have gesso over and stuff again, but it's bobbled and not worked properly, so we need to cover that. Anyway, I found this from the Graphic 45 collection. So that's this one here, Kaleidoscope. So there's lots of different bits and bobs. Actually, I might open that because that's got some different things. But I thought the colours in this are fantastic and they go so well. And it's funny because as I was flipping through the book, I said I thought it would go really well with the Graphic 45 stuff. But I'm just thinking if we put something like that, that is going to just go really well with this particular page. So I think that is fab. And then might even, what do I think? Might even use this just to create a bit of a little border down there. Waste not, want not. Yep, I think that is exactly what I am going to do. So gel medium, this one here. Do you know, I have been working, I'm currently working on 1, 2, 3 different videos all at the same time, and so I sort of lose my place as I switch from one to the other. It's like as things have drying time, I move on to the next thing. So yeah, it just took me a little moment there to find to find what I needed to find. So I'm just going to grab that, and that's going to cover that bit that I particularly hate. I like the page overall. I think it's fun. It's a bit different. Yeah, and I'm just going to use this. So those I might pull. Actually, I've been meaning to pull out this fantasy collection again. I was so excited to buy it, and I think I made one card when I first got it, and then Dawn and I did a little shadow box. Or maybe it's just a hand actually. Dawn and I did this. That was my one. I can link to that in the description box below. But we did that out of it, and then I've not done much else with it, to be honest. So I think it might be time. I do have a couple of ideas actually. I have an idea for doing a sort of journal with it, which I think would be quite cool. And yeah, but now with these papers, I think they will go really well together. So I'm not bothered that this isn't even and that we've got different elements. You know, we've got the corner end to it there. Actually, maybe that does bother me. There we go. Yeah, I'm not bothered that it's not particularly overly even. I think it's kind of a quirky little edge that we have got, and this just needs stuck down again. I'm going to, well, I've got a pen next to me. I may give up with this one and refer to my Arteza one a bit later, but we will see how we go. I'm just going to grab my pen and just do a couple of doodles around these bits that are not overly framed, just to frame it a little. And I think I'm going to call that one done. I don't know whether to bring in some Tim Holtz stickers as well. I did pull them out. Whether that'll just pull the page together a little bit. Yeah, why not? You are loved. Come what may. Might help if I wasn't reading them upside down, eh? Heart and soul. Ooh. Flying sticker there. Okay. The other thing, whilst I was doing the shadowing, I did also just sort of flick off the pencil as well. I just felt it needed something a bit more to bring it across the page. So that is my page. I'm not sure that it's my favourite journal page ever, but you know, it was a chance to play with my new stash anyway. So I'm sure I'll be doing lots more crafting. If you have enjoyed it here, please do consider liking and subscribing, and I'll be back again very soon. Okay, take care then, and goodbye.